Sydney's train network has ground to a halt, with services either delayed or cancelled as flooding and wild weather causes disruptions across the network. Due to severe weather conditions, significant delays and cancellations are expected on most Sydney trains, NSW Trainlink Intercity, and regional train services. Trains run to a changed timetable. We strongly recommend avoiding non-essential travel, Sydney Trains said in a statement. A Sydney train staff member told Daily Mail Australia that the East Hills line has been closed due to flooding. The North Shore and Bankstown lines had major speed restrictions due to concerns about landslides. Buses replaced trains between Schofields and Richmond in both directions due to flooding on the tracks. Many commuters have been forced to wait hours for some train services, as wild weather causes disruptions across the network. Train lines at Campbelltown were flooded during the early hours of Tuesday morning, with commuters told to avoid the city's rail network completely and expect major delays. Many frustrated Sydney commuters have been forced to wait hours for some services. It's only 1 p.m. and all Sydney rail schedules have gone to hell, one commuter said. Double check before you head for the station. Another said, abandoning expectations that Sydney trains could get me from Central to Parramatta today. It wouldn't be so bad if they didn't keep advertising that there will be a train coming in 15 minutes, only to drop it before it arrives. One commuter had been stuck at Erskineville station for more than 45 minutes trying to get to Redfern. Greater Sydney's flood crisis escalated on Tuesday afternoon, with parts of Penrith, in the city's Greater West, and areas of Manly, on the northern beaches, going underwater. Motorists have been warned not to attempt crossing the Roseville Bridge, which links the city's north and the city, with reports of vehicles stranded on the bridge beginning to float. Central Avenue in Manly, in Sydney's northern beaches, was flooded with ankle-deep water by Tuesday afternoon, with residents who parked their car in a nearby car park unable to escape. Meteorologists have warned the city entering a critical couple of hours, as the east coast is battered by more torrential rain and gale-force winds. NSW Premier Dominic Perrottet said Manly Dam is set to spill. Meanwhile, vision surfaced from inside Sydney's M5 motorway showing cars motoring through ankle-deep water and train lines flooded at Campbelltown. Two bodies, believed to be those of missing mother Hemalathasola Sachathanantham and her 34-year-old son Bramuthand, have been found near a stormwater canal in Wentworthville, not far from where their hatchback was found. Two bodies, believed to be those of missing mother Hemalathasola Sachathanantham and her 34-year-old son Bramuthand, have been found near where a car was abandoned in a stormwater canal in Sydney's west. While the bodies are yet to be identified, sources believe they are those of the missing mother and son. The Bureau of Meteorology's Dean Narramore this morning warned that flooding is expected across the coast from Queensland to the Victorian border. Tough 24 hours or even 48 hours ahead, he said. Even if the rain does stop on Wednesday and Thursday, which it will, there's still a lot of water in these rivers. Mr. Narramore said the amount of rainfall is already greater than last week's rain and is approaching levels that occurred during the floods in March last year. The NSW State Emergency Service has issued urgent evacuation orders for a number of suburbs including Chipping Norton, Georges Hall, and parts of Holsworthy, Landsvale and Milpera. Other suburbs affected told to evacuate immediately include parts of Moorebank, parts of Warwick Farm, Picnic Point, Pleasure Point and Sandy Point. If you remain in the area, you may be trapped without power, water and other essential services, and it may be too dangerous to rescue you, the order states. The SES has predicted even more torrential rain on Tuesday will create dangerous conditions in the mid-north coast, Sydney, Hunter, South Coast and Illawarra. Heavy rain has caused flash flooding and river height rises overnight across these locations, and further heavy rainfall, flash flooding and river rises are possible today, it said about 5 a.m. on Tuesday. Strong winds are expected which could cause trees and power lines to fall. Landslides are also possible, which could block roads. Damaging winds strong enough to bring down power lines and topple trees are forecast to wreak further chaos, as those affected by the floods are urged to unplug household appliances during the flash flooding. VOM also instructed residents to avoid using their phones during storms, keep clear of creeks and storm drains, and keep children and pets inside wherever possible. NSW State Emergency Service Commissioner Carleen York said the major areas of concern across NSW are Kempsey, Kuroki, the Georges and Hawkesbury Nepean River, Shoalhaven, St. George's Basin, and Sussex Inlet. Residents on 10 low-lying streets in Sussex Inlet have been ordered to evacuate by 12 p.m. on Tuesday as floodwaters rise in the St. George's Basin. At least 150 millimeters of rain is forecast to fall across Sydney on Tuesday, as residents in the city's south and southeast are urged to evacuate their homes immediately as floodwaters continue to rise. Damaging winds in excess of 90 kilometers per hour are forecast for the Sydney metropolitan area, the Illawarra, and those who live on the coast. Some areas between Sydney and Ulladulla on the south coast have received 100 millimeters to 200 millimeters of rain since 9 a.m. on Monday. However, in welcome news to communities on the mid-north coast and the Hunter region, rain appears to have eased for the time being.